Okay, I decided to go down the clutch rabbit hole here. This is the second clutch for a 1985 MR2. First one I got, that thing's still sleeping for whatever reason. The slave cylinder and the clutch cylinder are new. Those are working. Yes, they have the clutch has been adjusted all the way front, back, and it just doesn't work. By doesn't work, I mean he just does not grab, and he just keeps sleeping. So what are you to do? You gotta get another one. So it looks similar to the last one I had. They're both valeo, and I think I'll do another video on those, but I just have the pictures for that one because I want to compare what the differences are, or slight differences that they have. So let's get to it. This is the Sachs. I decided to go with this one just because I want to go with something a little better than the valeo. I just wanted to try something different. I know there's some other ones, but this is where I went. I did buy some Sachs boots, and I really like the quality of those, so I thought, well, I'll give them a try. This is supposed to be a German company, I believe, but this is what I got, and look where it's made. It's made in let me see, Slovakia. There you go. I think you can see it there. So it doesn't say made in Germany, but you know, I'm sure they make them in a lot of places. So let's take a look at what you get. So there's your clutch, Sachs 04. I'm not sure if that's the year they manufacture it. There's some other numbers, and the difference with this clutch and the one that's in the car right now is that this here, as you can see, the legs, the other one I got, it has an offset for 20 thousandths of a flywheel, and this whole piece is like a one piece. It's not individual like this, so that's the only main difference that I've noticed. On the actual clutch, I've been looking at the pictures, and obviously this one has made by Sachs, and then it's in German there, and it tells you gearbox side. The other one says flywheel side, I think, on the other side. Other than that, you got Sachs right there. You can barely see that. And let me give you a close-up of the rivets there. So nothing too different. I think the material is definitely different. This one looks a lot nicer than the other one, so take it as you will. But there is one big difference. The main difference is the thickness. On the other clutch, this one's 8.7, and I think I had 7.5 on it. So there is like a 1.5 to 2 millimeter difference. It just depends on where you measure it. You get slightly different numbers here. So you can see there's 9. And I'm doing it this way because when you go here, you get the groove in the middle of the other side here, so it's kind of hard to get that measurement there. But just to give you an idea, 8.8, and I'll just go around. 8.7, 8.6. So it just slight variances. That's why I said it's between 1.6 and 2 millimeters. Between this and the worn clutch. I was just looking at the pictures again, so those are the numbers that I have on the one that was really worn. It's like 7.2, I think, and that was already sleeping. So definitely, this is also definitely slightly thicker than the new one I have in the car now. So that's another big difference that you'll notice, and why it may not be working. I don't know. I'm still not. I still haven't figured out what the 20 thousandths of an inch means on the flywheel. If anybody knows, put it in the comments, because obviously my flywheel is old, but I don't think we what do you call it, resurface it. And normally I know you don't really need to change them if they're fine, but needless to say, I didn't change that one. So this is what my mechanic told me: get a new clutch, and that would be my dad. So anyways, he's never been had anything like that happen before either, so it could have been just the clutch I chose, which was trying to remember with that valeo, the common one that you see everywhere. So let's keep going here. I wanted to show you what's in the box, so but I already took everything out. This was sealed, so you can see. So let's take a look at the bearing here. There's actually a D1006 number there and a 5341 there. Made in nowhere, because it doesn't have an actual made in anything. As well as the back. I thought you would see made in Germany somewhere over here, but since it's what was it? Czechoslovakia? No, Slovakia, I think. Let's see, is this gonna come off? No, it's good. Alright. Just want to make sure. So I'm moving it to make sure it's not gonna come off. But anyway, so as you can see, this bearing doesn't say that it's made in Germany. I know I bought some other stuff for, I think, the Miata, and the bearing did say made in Germany, or yeah, or something like that. I know the belt did too, but let me see. I got that right here. I'm just remembering things. Yeah, Flanner. This was the belt I put on there. Automotive Germany. Let's see. Does it say made in Germany? It doesn't, but I know that's Germany, I think, if I remember right. And the car's been working fine. So, keep going here. Alright, you get a bag of, come on, these two guides. I'm not sure what you call these guides, guide pins. And then you get the, oops, some grease for the center there, for the shaft. And here you go. This one's actually made in Germany. So, whatever that means, but I just lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. So you get a GM4, which I think is the same one I got on the other one. It says USA on it, and then it says Toyota 12. Now for the 85 MR2, you're gonna use the thick one. For some reason, the Toyota one, it's not the right one. It's the thick one. That's how big the hole is in the inside there. So, I mean, on the bearing part, or the where the shaft goes in. So that's what I remember. And well, they give you both. I don't know if the newer MR2s use a smaller one, but I know for a fact mine use that one. All right, let's get to the bottom here. Let me move this box out of the way, because I don't want to make this video super long. But I do want to really cover what the 85 MR2, or at least what the 85 MR2 clutch looks like, so that you guys have an idea, because I haven't seen any videos on these. So I know you see people changing them, but I like to see the details on here. So this is what the cover looks like. There's some numbers here, and on the valeo, this ends are a little thicker. It's just a different design, so I gotta be careful because it's got some sharp edges. Also, the valeo, the one that's in the car now, there's a chamfer right here in the middle. The original that was working that I took out, obviously the one that's worn, did not have a chamfer like this one. So just another little detail that I noticed while looking at the pictures, and that's why I'm doing that. So here's the front again. It says M200 there. Says Sachs on this side. It's literally stamped on it, so it's kind of nice because when it gets old you can still see it. Unlike the valeo, you know, this laser printing, yeah, it says made by Sachs, but that over time, you know, it just sort of disappears. So not much to look at just from, you know, it looks very similar to the other one. The one thing that I did not measure on the other one was the just an idea of the thickness from here to here. So I got 5.87, and this is just an estimate because, like I said, it depends on where you are. You get a different number, but just to give you an idea of what that is, 5.3. There's a little chamfer on here, so it's hard to get an accurate number. But I just wanted to kind of get an idea of what the thickness of that would be compared to the other one. 5.69 millimeters. And this one is 6 millimeters about. So it just varies there. Now, the actual book or service manual tells you to basically see how far these things are, or how low or how high, I forget. Anyway, you're supposed to measure the inside depth here to see how far down you are. I think it was 2 millimeters. You know, I gotta stop saying that because I forget what the exact number was. But here we got about 4.32 millimeters, or if you want to round it off, 4 millimeters on that. And then 4.39 there. 4.79. So I was going to vary a little bit. 4.21, just because I'm not getting it on the same spot, obviously. But that's from the deep one there, and the other one on the top, you get about 1.3 millimeter there. 1.35. So again, this one is definitely about between 1.6 and 2 millimeters thicker than the valeo that I measured when it was new. So I know that's going to make a difference. I don't have, this one does not have that the spec where it says 20,000 for your flywheel or anything like that. I chose that one for the simple fact that it was a 24-month, but I never really paid attention to the 20,000, so I don't know if that's what completely changed things, but I don't think it did, because I mean that's very small. So there's just no grab to the clutch, so that's the reason I'm going again down that hole and getting another one, getting a different one. Obviously you don't want to be doing that. This is for my own car, and which is the reason I decided to do that. And of course, depending on when you get it, you may get it for less or a little more. I just decided to try this one again. I tried the other one, didn't work. So here we are with a different brand. I know there was another one, but it was just, anyways, this is just what I decided to try, so hopefully it'll work. And whenever I get to it, I guess I'll make another video on that. But if you have any other comments, I guess you can just go ahead and put them on the bottom there. I'm not sure what else I can show you on that other than what it is when it's new, because it's easier to see what you get versus the old ones, or The other one I took out, which I left in the rain, and it's all rusted now, so it's hard to see it, but I still have them because I wanted to compare. I wanted to really know what the difference is on these things, because man, that is driving me nuts. Thing is slipping, and I got no clutch, and I can't really drive that car until I get this fix. And obviously this is a big job because, you know, the whole transmission has to come out. Not a huge one. I mean, you know, if you have the space, it's fine. I got the time, but it's just one of those things. No space right now, and well, you know, we got that coronavirus going, so it's a whole reason why I wanted to see if I can get this going too, since everybody's home, and just take advantage of that time. But we'll see what happens. So I hope this helps, and I hope this one actually works better than that one, so we'll see what happens.